Namaste and welcome to this session. Today we have with us Professor M.K. Sridhar, and before going to introduce him, I would like to give the brief information about my NEP competition. Okay, this my NEP competition is actually organized by Vidya Bharati, and we have organized this competition in three categories. The first category is 9th to 12th for the 9th to 12th students, and second category is undergraduate and above, and third category is for open to all. And we have very interesting competitions in this. Actually, for first category, which is for the 9th to 12th students, they have to make 2 minute speech about new education policy, what they have learned about this education policy, create a handmade poster, letter to PM, 3 words, 300 words essay, and meme competition. For undergraduate and above, they have to make a short film about national education policy. They can make digital poster, painting, handmade poster, minimum 8 tweet thread, and meme making. There are so the same competition is also for the citizens. So this is the main competitions, and even anyone can come and visit mynep.in, and they can become an ambassador for this my new education policy. Even the schools or the institute can take a pledge to implement new education policy as soon as possible when it comes through state machinery, and they can give the information about the new education policy to the students. They can take a pledge. So, and this overall my NEP competition you can visit through www.mynep.in and read about it. Uh, uh, Read about it and take a part in. We have very exciting prizes for it. Actually, we are giving language-wise prizes to nearly 13 students. So yesterday we have registered nearly thousand plus participation in the competitions. You can be the next participant. Make sure that you participate in this competition. Now, let me introduce today's speaker, Shri uh, M.K. Sridhar ji. Professor M.K. Sridhar is a postgraduate in commerce and has obtained doctorate of philosophy from the University of Mysore. He worked as a senior lecturer in commerce at Vijaya College, Bengaluru, for 2 decades. Subsequently, he joined Bengaluru University as a reader at Canara Bank School of Management Studies, where he became a professor, director, and a dean subsequently. He has successfully guided 4 MPhils and 8 PhD scholars. He has published 30 papers and completed 11 research projects funded by government and professional bodies. He served as a member secretary of Karnataka Jnana Ayog. Uh, it is widely known as Karnataka Knowledge Commission of Government of Karnataka. He is a trainer for various organizations. He is a social activist for a social and a national causes. Uh, his life sketch was published as a book entitled as Sahasrapadhi. Uh, Udaya TV and Information and Publicity Department of Government of Karnataka have profiled him as an achiever. He was conferred with the Karnataka Rajotsava Award by Government of Karnataka and General President Gold Medal by Indian Science Congress Association. Presently, he is settled in Bangalore. Recognizing his vast experience, he is nominated as member of All India Board of Management Studies, AICT, and Executive Council of Central University of Gujarat. He is also the honorary president of Center for Educational and Social Studies, Bangalore. He is nominated by MHRD as a member of a committee for draft national education policy under the chairmanship of Dr. K. Kasturirangan. His Excellency, the Governor of Karnataka, has appointed him as the Vice President of Indian Red Cross Society Karnataka chapter. We welcome you, sir. Now the floor is yours.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaste.
Friends, on this evening, I think all of us are participating in this kind of discussion, which is throwing focus on National Education Policy 2020. If you are listening to this Facebook Live, it means that you know about the policy and you are interested in the policy and you have already taken a decision to be part of this effort, either as a participant or as an ambassador or as somebody who is inquisitive to know things. In fact, the younger you are, more inquisitive you will be. In fact, I think all of you recollect possibly your own younger days. You know, when we were all growing up as children, we used to put a lot of questions. And it is only those questions which made us to know and grow. I think when you're all listening to this particular Facebook broadcast, I think one thing that is common to all of us is, what is this policy about? Having been part of that entire process of, the drafting of this policy, I thought I will spend some time with you apprising you about what happened and what is going to happen. See, friends, when we got our independence in 47, within 20 years, by 1968, the first education policy came in. That was the time when it was just 2 decades after independence, so we were groping with initial challenges of transition to a political independent state. Most of our infrastructure, I'm not talking of infrastructure means physical infrastructure necessarily, institutional, the kind of systems, they were all in very initial stages. So at that time, one policy came. And then in 1986, the second national education policy came. That was a time when we had almost completed our, rather handled our initial hiccups, and then we started settling down as a developing country. And you were trying to put in order of our own systems. And after 86, friends, in the last 34 years, there was no policy. Means a new policy has not come. What is the situation in 2020? I think if you see around what is happening, there is a world of change. We have changed, our friends have changed, our families have undergone change, our institutions have undergone change, and our colleges, universities, schools, teachers, parents, companies, organizations, everybody and everywhere there is change. Naturally, when changes are happening everywhere, if you close your eyes and say, no, no change is happening, can you afford it? So, therefore, change was also needed in the education policy. And effort went on for the last 5.5 years, and the policy has come out today. Thanks to the government of India under the leadership of Sri Narendra Modi, whose birthday is today, 70th birthday, the government thought of bringing about a new policy. Now, these 5.5 years, every section of society was consulted. Nearly 110,000 villages, suggestions came from nearly 10 to 12,000 blocks of the country. They came out with suggestions. 406 districts. And at every level, there was discussion, there was suggestion, etc. And MyGov platform, digital platform, people were asked to give their suggestions. And everywhere suggestions were given. Based on all those suggestions, Dr. Kasturi Rangan committee was constituted and it came out with a policy, draft policy. That policy was put into public domain. More than 2 lakh suggestions came, and after all that, the policy is in our hand for you. So, friends, when you look into what is there in the policy, it's also important to note how that policy came out. It has not come just like that. See, some people sitting in a room after a lot of discussion, referring to books, the policy has come out. No, it cannot. See, this is a policy based on the aspirations of the people. In fact, personally, I've gone to hundreds of places, met thousands of people, and I could make out, when the policy was happening, was it being framed, drafted, I could see in the eyes and hearts of the people that they want change, they want reform. That means what? All of us, the kind of education system we have in our schools, in our colleges, in our universities, somehow we started feeling, there has to be a change. So that aspiration has brought about change. See, what was the policy? I think there will be no exception among you, either yourself or your brother, sister, family member, friend. You would have listened to some comment on or other about the uselessness of the existing system. To call it as uselessness, it is too much. It is not diplomatic, but you would have felt bad. See, for example, if you take a school, everything was more only based on marks, grades. Everybody was asking about only the examination. And you were not allowed to play. You were not allowed to do other things. Either your parents or everybody used to say, read, 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 and get more marks and more marks and more marks. And if you want to have any applied ones, if you want to study some vocational skill, you'll have to go to some other institute. And therefore, what happens is, in a school situation, we have not studied something of our interest. For example, among you, many of you may be interested in some sports, some games. But your extracurricular activities, you are very good in debating, you are very good in writing, all your skills, all your good in singing, good in music, but they were all not counted. Na? Only what you write in the 3 hours examination is only counted. So you would have felt, see, I am so good. But still, all my talents, nobody is recognizing. And there is no value for all that. You are good in dancing, you are good in sports, you are good in running. But there was no recognition. And if you come to college, and if you come to college, either you have to study science, arts, commerce. So if you have by any chance taken science, then you'll have to only study science subjects. And when you join for 3 years, you'll have to stay there only, that same pipeline. You cannot move around. So you cannot study of your interest. Whatever the university is offering, you'll have to study. If there are 300 colleges in your university, and if there are some 1 lakh students, what you study is different, is not different from the remaining 99,999 people. Same thing, same syllabus, same exam, same question paper. But whereas each one of us has something unique in each one of us. Don't you think? I am not like anybody. I am not saying somebody is good or somebody is bad. What I am saying is, I am not like you. I may have my hair, I may have my nose, but the kind of my hair, the way my hair looks, the size of my nose, everything is different. And more than anything else, my intrinsic inner personality is different. Even though each one of us has something unique in ourselves, our education system was only treating all of us in the same way. And the syllabus changing, it used to take its own time. Examination used to be written and the result used to come sometime. And if by any chance, if you can continue your course, suppose you drop out and for some reason or other, especially many of the women may be listening to this, for some challenge or other, if you discontinue, then afterwards coming back becomes a huge task. And if you study in this place, the syllabus is like that. If you go to some other place, it is something else. This scheme is different, that scheme is different. See, all these things used to make your life miserable. So, friends, this national education policy, which has been enunciated by Government of India on 29th July, it is a 66-page document in English, 109 pages in Hindi, and this is now going to change the entire education system. What is that system? In school education, starting from school education up to research, lot of changes are going to happen. I think even in the website, you will see all those details. I need not have to say. But what I can say is, all these years, changes used to happen, something used to happen in syllabus, something used to happen in examination system, something used to happen in something else. Only small changes now and then used to happen. But if you have to really change the entire system, you require a big policy like this. Then only there will be changes everywhere. Change in your syllabus, change in your structure, change in your regulations, change in your examination, change in your, the what you learn, how do you learn. Everything has to be changed. Then only you can expect something better. So therefore, this national education policy, my friends, is giving you an opportunity. Is giving you an opportunity. I'm telling you, please underline this point. Is giving you an opportunity to fulfill your aspirations, to fulfill your ambitions, whatever you want to. See, I always feel every one of us, no exception, no this thing. We want to pursue some career in life. We need to earn, we need to support economically, livelihood, all that. But along with that, we also have some passion. We also have some interest. We also have some talent. So I said somewhere, this policy, ये दिमाग और दिल के साथ साथ चलता, दिमाग और दिल के साथ साथ चलता. So you can pursue your career, you can also pursue your passion, your interest. So if these two things can be clubbed, then your personality will blossom. Let me tell you one very, very important. If I don't do anything which I like and love, I cannot have quality. See, where some of you may be interested in dramatics, theater, drama. Suppose you start liking drama, then you don't eat, you don't go home. Every time, all the time you'll be busy in drama. Why? Because you love, you like. Suppose some of you may be interested in some kind of new discovery. You are trying to present a project, you are developing a product, and then you put all your effort in that. You forget the world. Why? See, some of you might have developed some apps. You would have put a lot of energy into it. So, therefore, friends, please understand that this national education policy of 2020 is going to give you an opportunity to fulfill your ambition, to fulfill your aspirations. If all of us join hands and implement it in letter and spirit, it is possible that we can change our system and we can know more about our country. We can contribute to more and more to our society. The days of 3 hours of writing the examination are over. The days of only looking into the marks and grades are also over. The days of understanding everything only in question paper in question is over. So for example, I tell you a small incident. In some university, when we started speaking to them, we wanted to include some skill development in their syllabus. They agreed and they introduced. And after introducing skill component, they have to conduct examination. And how do they conduct examination in skill? So what they did is they set a question paper. They gave a question paper and students have to write. Give the definition of skill. First question. What is the difference between skill and competence? Second question. What are the different kinds of skills that are there? Third question. Like this. Skill is applied. Skill is not writing. So everything you use to reduce only to academics. You must have a time to go out, see the society, understand society, experience society, do something for the society, contribute something to the society. Your education system must be like that. I must be in a position to, take a break and come back and continue. Whether I study here or somewhere else, I should not have any problem. There must be a free mobility. If I am good in sports, if I am good in literature, if I am good in music, all that must also be counted. So, therefore, the entire education system has to become student centric. It must look into what is there inside the mind, inside the brain, inside the heart, and what is there in our hands, what your legs can do. As a whole, what is that you can do? You must have a provision or an opportunity to demonstrate all these things so that your entire personality grows. Friends, what I would like to end today is this policy is giving us an opportunity to fulfill our ambitions and aspirations. Therefore, what I suggest to you is, what I appeal to you, I don't want to advise, what I suggest to you is, you please go through little more details. Understand how it is going to affect and then participate so that as and when the changes are brought in, you can pitch yourself, you can cooperate, you can volunteer. Yes, sir, I will do this for the sake of this changing the education system. And if you have suggestions, you can also give and make it better. I think it is time for all of us to join hands, not only hands, but our hearts, and also heads. Put them together and take our country to a better place, to a better situation with all our efforts. So, with this small submission, I take leave of you. I wish you all the best. I think you're all doing very well. Corona will come and Corona will go. All of us, let us decide and fight this menace, and it is nothing before us. But we are all destined to win a bigger battle. That is life. Life for us, life for our family, life for our nation. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's indeed really we are actually enthusiastic. I was listening to you, and I just remembered that this policy is actually giving a scope to build to give an it's giving an opportunity for a student or a person to uh, to live his life at utmost. And I must say it is teaching a art of living actually. the this is what I actually uh, understood by your this small talk. And I remembered one quote of Swami Vivekananda, that this policy is actually underlining the same quote, like it is actually um, telling individual that all power is within you, you can do everything, all power is within you, you can do anything and everything. This is the same policy, this is the same policy which uh, it should be means it is India centric, and we are celebrating this national education policy. And we are, as from Vidya Bharati, this policy must be this must reach to the last person. So we are trying for that. And we are very thankful to you, sir. You came here and gave your talk and shared your experience, and also shared your experience uh, of drafting this actually policy. So thank you so much once again, and I take a leave, and I will trouble you in near future for
Okay,
more talks.
don't worry.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Namaste.